Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Suryani Muhammad. I'm from class F. Okay, in this video, I want to explain about definition linguistic. Sometimes this science is also called general linguistic, which of novels, property, place, and script reading. Confessional wisdom. He has strayed from the path of behavior, conventional, and confessional from a greeting. The second, weapons use energy for proposition of description that is not confessional attitude. And third, format by a group is the reference and simple or symbolic from. 7. Confirmed to being an kept tradition of partake from the past. Sample confessional church wedding with the bride and traditional white dress. Confessional Chapter 3. Spoken and written language. Spoken language is unequipped from a communicational phone and humans that is what the sound, the said, and voiceless and voiceless. The term is used to refer to two different concepts. Phonology can mean the auxiliary process which the vocal cord vibrate in the artillery level and audible sound and sound that occurs to the vibrant and the vocal cord. It is said the B is a voiced and sound and P is an unvoiced. So other example of the pairs are Z voiced and S unvoiced, or G voiced and K key unvoiced. Definition of phonology and example. Phonology, according to language, come from the word phon, sound, and logi, sign. According to the term, phonology is part of linguistics and studies the sound of language. In general, phonology is divided into two, namely phonetic and phonemic. The sequence O and U2. The word pen is disquin C and T panty. The word soar and disgrace G and D pedal. Discount I the A beats relax petite floor deep punch out is an amp. The study of phonology is the sound of language as dismelled under the speed with combination of sound that from stable. And then morphology. Definition of free morphem. Free morphem are also considered as morphems that have a potential to be able to stand alone in a sentence structure. All basic words are the clavificid and free morphems. Example: this child is metamorphogenic. Chair. He is a free morphem, consisting of one morphem. Definition of brown morphem. Brown morphems are a morphem that cannot stand alone in terms of meaning. Brown morphems are also considered as morphems that do have to punctinal and stand alone, and are always broader morphem. Example: when will the rain stop? Stop. He on and is brown the morphem bear. Fight for you, and then the second example. Fight for you. Take the strangle. He is a round morphem because he cannot stand alone is brown by the morphem. Pair and again. Inflation morphology. Definition in inflation according to Beckford, Beckford et al. Acquired by Badu and Herman. In financial morphology, does not change one word into another and never change the synthetic category and the contrast because another from the same word. Much according we know to explain about morphem, about three morphem. Okay, next semantics. Semantic is the chapter 3. Definition of semantics. Semantic word in Indonesia, semantic in English. Semantic come from the Greek sema, a noun meaning a thing or symbol. The verb is samino which mean to mark or to symbolize. What is the mean by the symbol or thing here has equivalent of the word same in. Same is an linguistic semantic can be defined in the sense of the meaning of about meaning, which is one of three levels and the contact of two or more linguists. And the third is B. Middle social class linguist choice in the middle class as much to 60% prefer to use B1. P. This is because the majority of the respondents is the middle social class. Is a society that the world of work and daily life does not accustomed to using Indonesian. From same respondent, CBOEs who work right in demands while actively use B2 to vote use B2 and mix code in a number of situations and settlements. This matter according to the opinion of Wajan and Rohmadi. Okay. C. Lower social class linguist choice. And the lower class, the choice of using B1 is almost 100%. Realization this language is seen in the recent result. At the time of the interview, and the reason must be B1 must be used B1 to explain the meaning of the responding statement. Responded prefer to B1 and because they cannot speak in Indonesian. This is due to the circle they live only able C. Social class linguistics to explain the meaning of the response statement. Respondents prefer to use B1 not because they cannot speak in Indonesian. This is due to the circle and the trail life. Only active using B1 this is in accordance with the opinions of Fishman. Environment. There are three elements and need to be considered, namely implementation of the right, obligation of the rule, relationship, and the time the best fit the role relationship when this element is manifestation of the social situation. As an example, for example, conversation between family members and a meal, the event took place in casual language. Exciting relationship is the relationship between parents and children. likewise for a time to play card and guesswork. The situation of the conversation belong to the family domain. However, at the time with the school, if by the chance and teacher is father or mother, the children question then their relationship is not the linear of the relationship between parents and children, but rather the relationship between teachers and students. The role of the parents is the teacher and the role of the child. Again, the linguist of the relaxed variety. Diaglossia. If diaglossia is different as difference in function over the use of language, especially in high function and function, and the low function, that bilingualism and the state of using two language attenuation interchangeable in the associative bilingual are the those who can use two languages, but even they has various levels from the early bilinguals and AE choose who are learning second language in the first step to choose who have mastered and second language well. This can be mined with mastery by speakers original. Ferguson and diaglossia. Treponema and diglossia is general can only be found in bilingual and multilingual language communication and in the language community. Sometimes there is disparity in language that is the phenomenon and called glossia diglossia. According to Ferguson, Anglosia has pronounced selectress that can be solved from the nine point of view, namely the first function. Function function is an important criterion for the diglossia situation. In most diglossia situations, that he from is more functional from the former situation. This rarity will be awkward when using the everyday communication like quiz and lively. We will explain and strike we use to return from. The second prestige language. The second prestige language because it generally admires the age variety, although they are sometimes not fully able to understand it, and variety is tried to read, respect, and elevate language way that reflects and high status on the speaker while variety and concise more into the three literary traditional and the four language equation, the five the fifth standardization, six stability, seven grammar, eight flexion, nine phonology, and then the last polygesia. Learner polygesia can be described clearly and in Malaysia Chinese society. In Malaysia in Chinese society who are educated and able to speak English. They key epithet of Malay, namely Malaysia in the second highest linguistic variant studies society. The informal Malay language called the Bahasa Malay has very long position under any language. English and Chinese variation are superior to this Bahasa Malay language. In addition, there is Mandarin Chinese, which has special position and must be included the respect the language shape. Okay, the next language difference. In general, when language rotation is divided as decision domain. Continue the selective use of the language by community has used to the language before also to state and defend this language. Okay, the end of chapter. Use language defense. In general, language precision in division of remain continue to the collective use the language by a community that has the language before verse 184. Formatter falls out to state the division of the language is stopped and the upside or the upside side. Anthropologistic definition of anthropologistic is the sense of humans. Until anthropology comes from the Green word, which meant man or people, and logos, which meant is discourse in the sense of reasonable of etymology on this language and cultural relationship. Language and culture Hazan and culture terms. The terms in Indonesian are the same as language. In English, all in Dutch, Spanish, and German, Latin, Latin in Arabic, and Sanskrit. This term as of which has beyond aspect. According to this thinking about mention an element of culture that has every birth and aspect. So it is a concept that is not easy and device. I start by the experience according to start given language in arbitrary symbol system and from the sound that are used by members of social group and occur and relate to each other. According to Chomsky, language is a set of sentences as defined length and constructed or out of function of this element. According to Karaf, language is a communication between members of the community in the form of the symbol of the sound produced by the human speech of capture. B. Language and culture relation. Language and culture are two different sides of a coin, but okay, only this can I explain about three capture sociolinguistic. Assalamualaikum.